Okay. Bye. Bye. This is a lake. Oh. This isn't. This is a lake. This is some rain.
No, that's a skillet, and that's a cup of water.
But will you stop killing my dreams?
Fine, but I have one question.
What?
How was my mate?
Basically, what happens is we've got the
Go.
Okay. Basically, what happens is the rain falls into the lake, and the heat from the sun.
You mean the skillet?
Sun heats it up, and eventually, somewhere in here, the water molecules start to bounce around a little. You can kind of see the condensation happening on the lid. But what happens is the heat from the sun's rays makes the water molecules bounce around until eventually they split up and turn into vapor, which is what forms the clouds, and the wind kind of pushes the clouds up higher and higher, and while that happens, eventually the molecules start to slow down and kind of get heavier and colder until eventually they come back together, and while they get heavier and heavier and heavier, eventually the cloud just gets so full of itself that the rain kind of just drops to the sky, from the sky, and then it becomes
Runoff. Now let me speak.
okay.
Turns into runoff. Now let me speak.
No,
Shut up.
Show them.
Stop.
But
Can it, baby hippo?
excuse me.
You heard me. Now, you're taking the whole time. Now let me explain this. So, evaporation, condensation, and then, after it evaporates and condensates, turns into liquid, you already saw precipitation, where he pours it through, and becomes raindrops, or snow, or hail, or sleet, or whatever. And then it does one of two things. It either hits right into the sea and just goes back to its natural form and stuff like that until, and boom, water. Or percolation, which is where the water, well, let me just show you. So basically, Everett's going to pour the water in, and instead of just sitting on top of it, like one would think, the water poured all, whole thing, it doesn't just sit on top of it forever. The water level starts to go down because of percolation, which is where the water goes through and it just seeps in between the cracks and into the dirt and everything, which takes forever, by the way. It goes all the way down until it reaches an underground aquifer, which then just runs straight into that lake or ocean or river, wherever it came from to begin with.
This water's probably going to go into the creek down the road and into the river, so yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Here's a little bit more of that whole condensation idea that we got earlier, so pick it up. And see, the condensation goes up and it starts to drip off into here.
Told you the molecules bounced around.
Yeah, sure they do. And then it just goes right back into the skillet.
I'm just gonna get that away from 350.
And we already saw what happens when it hits land. So, pretty much I think that's everything. Really. Anyway. See, you take forever to explain things.
No, you do.
You do.
I'm hungry.
Let's eat.
Okay. Oh yeah, the end, or no, what's my line? Oh yeah, don't do drugs and stay in school. The end. Squirrel.